Hello, sports fans, and welcome to another episode of the Ultimate Team Experience. This is a podcast where we track 4 players' vastly different experience in Ultimate Team Experience. We offer insight, advice, and tips to ensure that your Ultimate Team Experience you get the most of. Tonight, I am starting it off for my second show. My name is Deekster22 on Twitch TV. You can call me Deek. Below, we had the legendary Swain Games. How you doing tonight, Swain?
I'm wonderful, Deekster. Thank you, sir.
Good to hear. And in the Brady Bunch tripod to my right, we have the ever handsome Platinum Woods. How you doing, Platinum? So first thing on the agenda, boys, we just got done talking about the new 50 news, the 50 in general. What do you guys think? What's your take on what happened last week, and what's your take on what just happened minutes ago?
So what happened last week is we got some okay players. They weren't bad. I think we're all waiting on some OP players.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Until we get the Chris Johnsons, the Randy Moss, the Tito, somebody that just changes the game. I think every week we're going to be a little disappointed. So the guy that they teased tonight, right before we went live, was Chang Bailey. And it looks like his 93 card will have 91 speed. So powered up, he'll have 92 speed. Sprinter, he'll have 94 speed. To me, that's not game changing.
Mm-hmm.
To me, Dominic Rogers-Cromartie is still better.
Mm-hmm.
Dion is better. Denzel Ward is, in my opinion, still fantastic. So I wouldn't even have him in my top 3 corners. That's kind of how I judge every new card that comes out. Do you, set a new mark at your position? If you don't, it's going to be a little underwhelming because these 50 cards, they're going to be the most expensive cards to make.
They're very expensive. Yep.
So you're talking about spending, with the power up, to do the set, you're talking $600-700K. To buy the card outright with this power up, you're talking probably the same. So that's the first thing I look at. I compare him against his contemporaries, and that's Dominic Rogers-Cromartie, Dion, Denzel, Antonio Cromartie. I don't think he's as good. I definitely don't think he's better than any of those guys. So, a little disappointed.
Sure.
I'm still waiting for that one just overpowered card, and I just don't think we've gotten that in, quite a few weeks.
But Swain, you are well known for your adoration for speed on offense and defense. What's your take on the Champ Bailey announcement? Will he find a spot on your God Squad?
Not a chance.
Okay.
Unless he played for the Cowboys or Bears, which I'm 99.9% sure he did not. Even then, like I sometimes I see these cards and I think, man, that's crazy. And then other times I'm going, what? And it's kind of like, like Platt said, that at this point, having a 93 for this program and having a Champ Bailey, if we can't see his stats, if we literally just see a 93 Champ Bailey and we don't know the stats until tomorrow, everyone in the world should be like, he's going to be the best corner in the game. And he's not.
So let me ask you a question, Swain, and for Platt too. So let's say that it's not Champ Bailey. Let's say that it's a Byron Allen card. I know we have a 91 Byron Allen currently, but let's say it's a 50 Byron Allen with the same stats. Would he make your team?
Byron Jones?
Byron Jones, sorry. Yeah, my apologies.
He'd make mine because he's a Cowboy. Outside of that, take my team out of the equation. The name only means so much to me. I think a lot of people can agree on that. The thing is, and Platt hit it on it. Platt nailed this a little while ago, where he said it was when Most Feared dropped. When cards come out, they should be a card that everybody wants to add to their team right away. And just based on how they're releasing cards, you can kind of get an idea that like this card's not going to be better than the next one. Are we going to get another corner in this program that's going to be better? Possibly, but like this Champ Bailey should be better than every corner in the game, in my opinion.
Because we're on team 1 now, right?
83.
We're on team 1 now.
It's crazy to me, and I don't know why they do that. It's just like I will forever and always remember Russell Wilson, because when he got released on Most Feared program, I remember going, I don't care if he's a Cowboy or a Bear, I'm adding him to my team. He's got to be like, he's got to be exactly what everybody wants. He's going to be faster than most quarterbacks. He has good throwing stats. He can throw on the run. He's kind of a fun, unique player to play with on mud. Anyway, I feel like Russell Wilson's going to be a legend card that we're all going to be playing with years from now. And then he comes out, and you're like, dude, I don't even want the Nat. I sold his Nat. I don't even want him on my team. Like, he's not great at all. He wasn't even top 3 or 4 at that time, if I remember correctly. And so, like, he should be the best quarterback in the game at that point when he comes out. We start looking, and I know we're going to talk about this later on. It's not called Harvest, but that program, those cards need to be better than every card that comes out in the game. Let's just say, for shits and giggles, if Night Train Lane comes out for the Thanksgiving program, which it would not surprise me at all to see old Night Train Lane show up. If he's like the 3rd or 4th best corner in the game, it's going to really genuinely piss me off. He should be the best corner in the game. And I don't know what the thought process behind that is, because Champ Bailey looks like he came out 3 weeks ago. It's weird. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, there's no question with his stats. He's definitely not the cornerback right now in the game. And there's going to be a lot of people who are going to find it hard to get a spot for him. And that's a depth position, right? But there's still a lot of teams. Like, all my cornerbacks are 94 right now.
Yeah.
I think what I'll say is this. I think they need to do a better job of balancing cards. Like, it's okay to release a Champ Bailey. He's an all-time great card, but these cards, for how expensive they are to build, how expensive their power-ups are, that's what I look at, is the price tag on these cards should be justified. And to put those stats on a card like Chang Bailey, it's not justified.
No.
I just named off 3 guys that came out. I mean, Dion came out at Series 2, the beginning of Series 2. Deion Sanders is today better than that Chang Bailey card. And is Dion an all-time better corner than Champ? Yeah, he is. But this is MUT, so it's not about who's better all time in real life. It's more about who was released most recently. And that's what they need to do. They need to do a better job of balancing these 50 cards. Don't release these corners if you're not going to give them the stats to back it up.
That's a good point.
As much as I hate offensive linemen, as much as I hate defensive tackles and slow defensive ends, I'm fine with guys like Reggie White. I may not use him, but at least I can look at that card and say, for a 3-4 defensive end, he's the best in the game. And that's what these cards should be. But they're not. They release these skill positions. Like, if we get a Brian Finneran card tomorrow, like, what are you thinking?
Are we going to, or are they scrambling right now to make a new one?
It'll be the highest, player in the game, powered up, 94 overall, right? I mean, there's not a card higher than 94 in the game. So powered up Brian Finneran will be overall wise the best in the game. And the biggest problem is, this game is built around speed. That's all this game is built around. So unless you're going to make the other stats matter, unless you're going to make route running and catching and spec catching matter, then just don't even release these cards. Like, don't release a Brian Finneran in this program. Brian Finneran could have gotten a team of the week. Those are low legend, basically, is what they are. Give him that. Like, don't give us these shitty cards in what should be the best program of the year. Like, think about
it was hyped that way, right?
Yeah, I mean, think about the NFL 100, right? That's what that was called last year. We got fire cards every
week.
It didn't matter what position was coming out. There was at least one card in that program every week. I mean, we got Moss in that program. We got Barry Sanders and Dickerson. Like, there were so many great cards in that program. I think that's what we were all hoping for with this program. So to me, it's been a little bit of a disappointment because the cards are so expensive and the stats haven't really backed it up for me.
Yeah, good point. So we don't want to clobber that dead horse anymore, but all good points. But before we leave the 50, a question, we'll start with Swain. The merge from the second team to the first team last week. What were your thoughts on it, Swain? And then we'll go to Platt. And did you think it was a win? How they merged and how they did it with the fantasy pack?
I did, because we all grinded our asses off to get to that point where we get the free card. So I'm really, really glad that if you wanted one of those 93s, you could have gone for
Right.
it. I was a fan of that. I absolutely was. I think that they could have done that. They could have done that a lot different ways. They could have made that where it was just a one random card. We've seen that before. It's one random card, like the Redux doing house rules. Like we literally doing a fantasy pack, absolute win. Relatively easy, not very time consuming. That was a win. And then the fact that they released the new set of 93s as a part of it, I thought that was really great. Another thing I will add about the 50, and it makes it kind of unique, is we all want Moss, right? Everybody's Moss. The funny thing is, I'm really like, I cannot decide if I want Moss to be a 50 card or if I want him to be a Legends card.
Yeah.
Because if he's a Legends card, he's a lot more easily attainable. His power up won't be 400,000 coins. And I think that being a Legends card, it's going to be a lot easier to get Moss because you're going to have more people pulling packs. I think Moss literally will help level out the market kind of the way it is to a point. It's going to be easier to get some of the older cards. And then the other part of me is like, fuck it, make it a 50 card, because then everyone's going to be able to make a shit ton of coins on it. That 50, the 50 bundles, the 50 packs, they're 120,000 coins, and you're not even guaranteed anything really crazy out of it. You cannot get power-ups out of it. It is a pain in the ass to make those 50 cards.
Oh yeah. For real.
That being said, the Ogden, my only bitch with the fantasy pack, the only thing I would say is not a W is they should have had it to where you got the power up and the other card, in my opinion, because I sold Ogden's power up. I made Ogden and sold him.
Okay.
What was that, Platt?
Are you saying in the Nat pack that we should have got power up with it?
I think so. I sold his power up for like 400,000 coins, and I keep checking to see where he's at. And I'm waiting for EA to be just like totally like, oh yeah, we don't really have any update for this, and we're doing that, and we're gonna do some dump trucks, and then oh, by the way, there's a solo coming out today to do it, and you're gonna get a power up card, and everyone's like, oh fuck, I gotta sell my power up. This shit always happens around the work, so I'm just like, I don't
no forewarning at all, right?
Nothing. So I'm just like, I'm gonna just hold off. I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. But a very, very long answer, which is what I love doing, Deke. Yes, I think it was an absolute huge fat dub minus the power up issue.
So I know everyone wants to know, and some people do know, but I still want to ask before we go to Platt. With your Cow Bears team, who did you pick out of your fantasy pack?
I went Ogden.
Nice.
I went against everything. I tell people the same thing every time when they ask me when I'm streaming. It's like, hey, what should I get from my Nat? Always get the card is going to be on your team the entire year. So if you have a theme team and you're going to stick with it, always grab the Niners player. So I know I told Platt for a fact, make sure you pick up Maze because you have a Niners theme team, or anybody else who's a Niner. And I told myself, there's no way I'm not getting either Pace or Jimmy Graham. I saw the prices and I went, I really fucking hate Lane Johnson. Every aspect of that card should be good as ass. So I went against everything I told everybody and I picked up fucking Ogden. And it's funny, I actually really like him.
It's a great card. Great card.
I can't wait to hear who Platt got.
So Platt, so the merge last week, was it a win? What do you think of it? And who did you pick?
I was happy with the second team. I thought so far, I think the second team is very outperforming, the first team in this program. So I thought the players in the first series was good. The transition was good. I liked that we got a choice from anyone that we wanted. That's kind of what I was hoping for. That's why I sold my Taylor Mays, picked him up Nat, just slid him right back in that spot.
Right.
I'm glad that they included the 93s. I was wondering how that was going to work.
I was shocked.
Kind of questioning that maybe they wouldn't do that, but it made sense. It also made sense that they wouldn't give us anyone super overpowered that first week. So they didn't want to give everybody, you know, a Randy Moss or a Sean
Mhm.
Taylor or somebody like that. So they gave us players that, you know, like an Ogden, like an Anthony Barr, so wouldn't really you know, break the bank kind of thing. It wouldn't
Mhm.
make anybody too overpowered.
Mhm.
Um, you know, I like getting nat cards. I like, you know, doing solos every week to get our choice of a player. So I was
For
happy
sure.
about that. Like I said, I took Taylor Mays. I did end up buying Jonathan Ogden anyway because, you know, just like Swain said, offensive linemen, I think it's good to take the Nat. I didn't take him Nat this time just because I'd already committed to Taylor Mays and doing that whole thing. But generally, that is my rule of thumb
Mhm.
is if they give us a promo where you get your choice of a Nat 91, 92, take the card that's going to be on your team the longest. And unless you're running a theme team, now if you're running a theme team, obviously try to pick a player from that team. But if you're not, always take the offensive lineman nap. That way you can just set it, forget it, not have to worry about upgrading it for a couple of months.
Mhm.
You know, I did that last year and built a really good team, you know, based on that principle. It's whenever they give you a solo where you can get an offensive lineman, just take him.
Yeah.
Plug him in, don't worry about it. Because they're
You
all,
know, you bring up a really good point too, Platt, because I'm looking at my Nats. I have very small amount, but it always seems like once a program gets stale, then they'll reintroduce one of those cards. And I'll bring up one right now. 90 overall Quentin Nelson is so cheap to make right now. You know that dude's getting another fucking card.
Oh yeah.
And when
There's
he
no
does, it's
question.
gonna be a bitch to get that card back.
mhm.
Yeah, he's the
The
best left
90s
guard in the game.
the 90s are really hard to get. I don't know how early we'll get them, but Ogden, we know Ogden's getting another card. Taylor Mays will probably get another card, but I don't think it'll be until Golden Ticket. How can they justify him coming out with another card?
We can't
When
even
will Taylor
guarantee
Mays
Golden
get
Ticket.
one?
I don't think he will, and I'm completely fine with that because
Yeah.
he's so fast. He can always slide in at, you know, strong safety number 2 if somebody comes out a little better.
Yeah, he's solid. Like you're not going to go bad with that pick at
I'll
all.
be fine with him as my user for a long time. So especially when you talk about just getting Niners chems and he can be a backup for scheme chems and all that, I'm happy with my choice. You know,
Mhm.
I'm just waiting for some more players that can really set the bar at their position.
Mhm.
And I don't think we're getting that probably until Thanksgiving. And who knows who it's going to be at Thanksgiving. If it is Night
Mhm.
Train, like we mentioned earlier, Night Train's not fast.
No.
He's not going to be a burner, even if he is, you know, a 94. Let's say he's a 94 stock, 95 powered up. He may be a 92 speed, maybe.
Yeah.
It's not going to be anything crazy though, in
I'm
my
pretty sure that's
opinion.
what his 98 was last year. Platt, was it not a 92?
Yeah, I mean, he's always been built around block
And I mean, he
shed.
carried that multi-chemistry, team chemistry, and then with the power up, you know, you give him to 94, 95, but still his stock was 92, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, guys like that, guys like Mel Blount, you know, the guys who are slow, those are the guys that I think they need to find a way to get on everybody's team,
Yeah.
whether that's like a team diamond master, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those are the guys that need that extra speed
Mm-hmm.
to really be kind of top tier at their position. But, you know, to answer your question, I like the program, I like the transition, just ready for some more top tier players.
Yeah, good points. And just quickly before we move on, next topic, me as well, I thought it was a great merge. I was shocked that they included 93s in the fancy pack. You know, GG's, EA, don't say it very often, but I'll say it when it's deserved, as Platt always alludes to. I chose DRC. I think the old line is my sexy guys, but I already had Shields and Ogden, so I went with DRC and loving them, and definitely thought it was a big win. But so far, for Team 1 and 50, we need to see a little pickup there. I think, depending on who we get with the cards tomorrow. So
Did
next
you already
big,
have DRC on your team?
I'm sorry, Platt.
Did you already have DRC on your team?
No, I did not. No,
Okay.
I did
So
not.
did you get his power up or no?
I had not yet. So that's what I'm digging for now in the gaps.
Yeah.
So I'm panning for gold in my driveway, as Buffalo K would say, but I don't mind panning for gold. When you find it, you hit it rich. So I'm pulled quite a few in the last 3 days. So, I mean, they're out there. I'm surprised that most of them are still holding at 80K. Some of the big ones are still holding 80K, even though you're pulling them out of gaps. And I sold a couple for 80K already, and it's good to know that you can get them there. So eventually we'll pull them.
Yep.
So next topic, next big promo. Over to you, Platt. Next big promo. What's your thoughts on it? How you think it's going to roll out and when?
We are 2 weeks from today to actual real life Thanksgiving.
Turkey Day.
You know, I think that Thanksgiving will be the next big promo. Next promo at all. I don't think we're getting anything in between. If we did, we're talking about something coming tomorrow, which is very, very unlikely.
Yeah.
If we get, I can't even think of what it could be if we got something tomorrow. If it was anything big, worth our time, they would have previewed it tonight.
Yeah.
So I think we can just call that,
I agree.
It's not going to happen tomorrow. But I do think Thanksgiving will be the next promo. I don't know. I guess it would come out next week, next Friday.
Platt, for those watching, you are aware it's no longer the Harvest Program, Platt. What's it called now? They're calling it
It's called the Autumn Blast.
The Autumn Blast. Yeah, the Autumn Blast.
I think that's, objectively, I think that's the stupidest fucking name, that I've ever heard. It sounds like, a fucking tree's just jerking off and just coming everywhere.
It is a pretty neat name. It is pretty neat name.
It is what it is. But, that's what they want to call it. They've already kind of announced that we're getting Tony Romo. I don't think that card will be worth, anything. I think it's a terrible choice for a
Cowboys
program master.
baby.
I think that Cunningham will probably be better than Romo, and Cunningham came out a month ago. So next big program, that's what it's going to be. It's normally a pretty interesting promo. They've incorporated food in the past. It's different. The basic premise is the same, though. You're collecting items to put into sets to get cards, and you're putting those cards into some kind of a master set.
We'll ask Swain this later. Well, what was your thoughts on last year? Were you a fan of the completing the meal? Create cards?
I was not. I
wasn't
prefer
either.
Cards.
Yeah.
Because you can use those cards even if you're not putting it into a set.
Right.
What am I going to do with a bowl of gravy? I mean, is that going to play backup quarterback for me? No. So, I would like to eat that on some mashed potatoes, but it doesn't really do me any good in mud. So, the program's fine. At the end of the day, it's just a means to an end. So it is what it is. I do like it better when we get cards. Give us some low overalls. People that have theme teams, use that as a way to get them a right guard. Some teams that don't have left guard, right guard, give them an 83, give them an 84. It doesn't matter. Nobody's really going to use those cards seriously, but it can make all the world of a difference in somebody running a.
So you see it? You see it next week, Platt? Is that what you're thinking?
I think it makes the most sense next Thursday or Friday.
It fucking better be.
And then run it as, a 2 week or a week and a half program.
Yeah.
It would have been nice. It would have been really nice if we got it today, ran it a week, today to next week, introduce the second part next Friday, and then basically it would kind of end on Thanksgiving or the weekend after Thanksgiving. But we have the Blitz coming up after that. I think that's one of my favorite programs. I like the programs that have like live content. It's like
deadlines.
Tell me to be there at 8 o'clock. Tell me to be waiting on my PlayStation at 8 o'clock, and then we're going to get something worth it. And let me spam the buy button for 20 seconds until I get in. That's the kind of stuff I like. I like the people that we devote our life to this program. I mean, this is a part-time, sometimes full-time job to people. So reward us. Give us the true grinders. Give us something to be, to be happy about. And
Sure.
that's why I like
Targets.
that program.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens with Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I'm not getting my hopes up. I think, the Halloween program was a little bit of a letdown. It gave us a few really good players, but overall, I feel like it was a little bit of a letdown just with the way they handled it.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't give us anything Halloween night. I think that was a missed opportunity, but we'll see if they really learn from it when Thanksgiving comes up.
Good. So, Swain, your thoughts on Tony Romo on the program coming up?
I don't know anybody who's going to enjoy Romo.
Even with your theme team, it's going to be a hard no for what you know right now.
Team.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be wrong, but we'll see. I just people are gonna be like, oh, Romo, and then it's gonna be like, oh, he sucks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be like everything else. There's gonna be with Romo, there very well might be 10 quarterbacks better than him. But I mean, we'll see. We will see on that. I have it pulled up because I remembered Night Train from last year. Everybody loved that Night Train lane.
Mm-hmm.
That Night Train lane was amazing.
And the set was fun to do.
He was 91 speed. He was 91.
91. Okay.
Year.
Thanks, Swain.
Still played lights out.
Yeah.
He was a 94, and then the other master on the offensive side was Michael Irvin, another amazing card. His speed was only 92.
That's what we can expect from him this time.
Yeah, and I think it looks like we had about 92 players as memory serves. It was Amos, Roquan Smith, Bouye, Kerrigan, Bosa, Quentin Nelson was a really good card. Zach Ertz, some people that Odell Beckham, Tom Brady that nobody cared about because he's in that same. No one's going to use that quarterback. James P might actually use that, shockingly enough. And then we had 591 cards, which aren't even worth like listing out loud. But the thing is that we're going to get Cowboys. We know we're going to get Lions.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like because the Lions always play on Thanksgiving, I don't remember if that was on stream or somebody said the Cowboys don't always play. The Lions always play. And I went, no, the Cowboys always play.
They both
I know
do.
it's both of them.
Yeah.
But in my brain, like for the longest time ever, for me, I always think Cowboys on Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, because the Cowboys usually always play, we'll probably see some Green Bay Packers, some Chicago Bears, some Vikings, stuff like that. And it's crazy when we talk about the program and when it could come out, because 2 weeks from today is typically when that program ends. And then we go into the Black Friday stuff.
Right.
Which is fucking madness. I don't remember last year being as crazy as the year before.
I agree.
I feel like last year, people were like, really?
Madden 19 was nuts.
And did we get a Fire Fantasy pack last year for Black Friday? I feel like it was a letdown for a lot of people. I really do, just on memory.
I know that was a Lamar upgrade.
We got Deion Sanders as a master,
right?
And we got Tyreek Hill in that program. Like
now, was Blitz,
and you could basically make them for very cheap.
Was Blitz part of Thanksgiving? That's not part of winter, right?
It was part of the Black Friday sales, right?
It was direct. It was the Friday. I mean, that's when it dropped.
Yeah.
Black Friday. that okay, just to go over quickly, we got 94 Chris Johnson, 93 Lamar, 93 Bradley Chubb, 92 Lane Johnson, 92 Reed, 92 Cook, Dante Jackson, Darren Waller, and then a shit ton of 91. Well, actually, not that many 91s.
Darren Waller, that Darren Waller card was amazing last year.
And we had a hell of value all year long too.
Cards. So I'm getting goosebumps. So I really hope we see something similar to that. My thing with the program, and I was cool with Most Feared. I made that obvious on stream. I had so many cards I added, but I didn't like that it went after. I would rather, me personally, I would rather them, instead of doing it, I feel like it was 2 weeks. We got it like a week before, and then it went a little bit after and it was gone. I would rather the harvest take 3 weeks than to do it the week of Thanksgiving and then do it for a few days after and be gone. I don't want it to be a week or 10 days.
Yeah.
I want it to be 2 weeks. I want them to stretch it out. People are like, oh, I hate when they do this. I love it.
No, I want longevity. Yeah.
If we get, I really hope that a week from today, we are talking about the Thanksgiving program. I'm going to Harvest Blast. I really hope that we're discussing it. I agree with Platt. There's probably no chance we're getting it tomorrow, because they didn't announce it and talk about it. I would love for them to announce tomorrow to stay tuned Monday, because we might have something on Monday. It seems like programs are behind. It seems like we cannot do this again where a week from today we still don't have a program to talk about. It's madness, man.
Mhm.
Like it needs to be done. Blitz was really fun, and I enjoy the daily stuff personally around the holiday content where you get on every day and you do this thing, you do this solo, you enter this code in. Like those are the kind of fun things I like.
Yeah.
I like new shit where, I don't want to play 5 games that start in the first quarter and you got to score 1 touchdown or come score 2 to win. I would rather do, something that's every day where it's like kick a field goal on the 31-yard line. I don't care if I fail it 5 times. At least I'm doing something new and unique.
Mhm.
So I hope that they throw something in, because it's 2 weeks from today. We're going to be all in a Discord right now, bellies full. Want half of our family to leave, and we're going to be like, is there a sale? Is there a sale? Is there a sale?
Exactly.
What's going on?
Yeah. The 4 hours is tough. I mean, it's a family time. And they put it there, and it's tough to get there on time, but they make it worth your while normally with the cards and with the promos and the packs and so on.
Yeah.
So all we can do is hope. So I skipped, and I apologize, gentlemen. So we're going to jump back to what was going to be the first topic, and I know it's not one of our favorite topics, and we'll start with Swain. So monthly Weekend League rewards. How'd you do in rewards, and were they worth it? You start us off, Swain.
I purposely, great topic. I purposely did not chase monthly, so I wasn't going to be pissed off and disappointed again. Sadly enough, the only person that I saw or was in conversation with while they opened packs was Kooky, and all I can tell you is I have no fucking idea what he pulled. I literally don't remember. So I was living vicariously through Kooky. Thank you, Kooky, because whatever it was a shit show. I brought the question up: is it worth playing Weekend League, not just monthly, but weekly basis? I know we're gonna get to goals later, but like I went 10-0 Weekend League this week. You guys all know the story. I lost 3, then I won another one, then I lost 3 more. So I went from 10-0 to 11-6, and then it was just I fought back. I started going on a win streak again, and I remember just going, I'm done. I'm done. I'm gonna get my wins in, and I'm done. And I had like 9 games to go, and I was at 13 wins, and I said, or whatever it was. My math is way off, but it was frustrating. I was like, no, I'm done. I'm not going to do this. I constantly think of James P. last year saying, get 13 wins and stop. Even if you're 10-10, get 13 and stop. And I'm gonna go back to that, because I like the trophies. I like the competitive aspect of it. I mean, it's fun. It's fun to be able to tell your friends and your viewers and stream, like, yeah, man, I won 18 games. 18 games, I feel like I'm going to have a black eye, possibly a hemorrhoid or 2, ankle sprain, fingers crossed. It's so, even when I win on Weekend League, I still just, God damn, this fucking guy I played and shit and fuck, and I'm doing this. You fuck. Mute like when I'm talking to my friends in Discord, because I can't be, it's hell. So, I feel like if they're gonna have us play that many games, there should be a guarantee of a really significant card. Maybe they do a fantasy pack. Maybe they do a guaranteed fantasy pack of an LTD card or something. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know of anybody who plays Weekend League and enjoys it. I really sincerely, I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't play all my games because I stopped. Well, that is the move. But as far as like in my community and in other streams I'm in, like, who's having fun playing it?
Yeah.
Because the rewards, it's not worth the rewards. I'll get to that when we go over goals. I'm done. My rant's over.
Yeah, I think if you're playing Weekend League, it's hard not to get lost in the moment. But you have to remember, like, it's completely not worth the rewards. So just do what you can to enjoy it. If it's a super sweaty game and you're just like, look, you kind of know what you're in for within that first quarter and a half, especially by halftime. So if you're down 2 scores, just quit. Try to get to your 13 if that's your goal. But if your goal is just to kind of have fun, be competitive, stack your team up against somebody else, uh, when I play, like I don't really have a set goal in mind. I know when I hit that wall, and when I hit the wall, I may try a game or two after that. But I've never been one to just try to get,
No.
13,
No.
15. I try to just be competitive. I try to, have a little fun, just stack my team up against the other guy and just kind of see where I'm at. Um, Other people, they thrive more, their content is more driven by head to head. Me,
Hmm.
I enjoy just like the grinding aspect, the team building aspect. So, my weekend league rewards this past for monthly, I think I got one Hail Mary pack. So
Hmm.
that tells you how much I'm playing weekend league.
Yeah.
It's not a
Yeah.
lot. So maybe that'll change now that I have my team kind of where I want it. But I enjoy watching people play weekend league. Like I enjoy coaching people through, like, kind of giving them a different perspective.
Hmm.
Like I watch Swain and Kooky. I watch these guys play every weekend, and I legitimately enjoy it. Like I
Hmm.
look forward to, kind of seeing the teams that they come up against, what plays these guys are going to be running, and
Yeah.
try to coach them through some different scenarios. So that's kind of what I enjoy in weekend league. I don't have a need to really put myself out there against other people. Like I know I'm a decent Madden player, but it's like I don't really need to
Hmm.
get out there to know that.
Yeah.
Every once in a while I will, but overall, I just enjoy watching it and experience it with other people.
Yeah, and I agree 100%. And I'll tell you, there is a thing with this 10 win. There really is. I mean, I walked away for a little break on Sunday at 10-4, wound up winning 10 games. I lost my next four. I said, you know what? I'm 10-8. I'm taking that. I'm done. I left the other ones there on the table. Rewards, though, I got to say, out of whatever it was, my midfield pack or my Hail Mary, I did pull 91 Jimmy Graham, or 9 Jimmy Graham, sorry. That was kind of a GG on Friday, so I did enjoy that. That was luckier than a dog with two wankers, but I'll take that and run. But that's not my priority. Weekend league is not. It's not that I hate it. I don't like it, but I don't hate it. It's just meh. I rather play head to head or draft mode or what have you. But yeah, definitely, yeah, the rewards aren't there, and I don't think we'll ever see that get to where we expect it to be for the amount of stress it causes.
Right.
So all good replies. So house rules. We're on the same topic. House rules, rewards, and effort. What's your guys' thoughts on those, Platt?
So I'm gonna give EA a little bit of credit this week. Do I think that winning 25 games should be rewarded only in 90? No, but you do get a little bit of pack, along the way. So I feel like that's okay. I think you get some gold player packs, maybe a gridiron pack along the way. But when you look at the different house rules that we've had,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't have to go that far back for an example, you go to the most feared program,
Mm-hmm.
we had 3 house rules during that whole program.
Yeah.
I believe the first house rules, I want to say you get an 85, maybe an 87. The second one
I was
about the
going to say
same. One
87,
of
I
those
think.
you did
Yeah.
get a 90, but it was like crazy long games
Mm-hmm.
where you did get a good reward, but the grind wasn't even worth it. This one, I've played 2 of these house rules, and they quit after the first drive each time.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the ability for these to be super short games, and you get an okay reward. Like it's a 90 overall. It's one of the, veterans and
Mm-hmm.
flashbacks and heavyweights, those
Mm-hmm.
cards.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not the best. It's not like a redux. It's not, a legend or anything like that.
And
But
that's 25 wins, right, Platt?
25
Yeah.
wins, considering
25.
what the precedent that they've set for house rules, I think this is a good step in the right direction. So I'm going to give EA a little credit. Maybe Nat. I'm not somebody that really cares whether it's auctionable or Nat. I'll find a spot for it if it's a fullback or if it's a
Mm-hmm.
backup,
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Yeah.
I'll find a spot for it. But they have to continue giving us these types of rewards. So
Mm-hmm.
could it have been better? there's no question that it could have been better. It could have been, you know, a Series 150 player as a reward. Like,
Mhm.
how incredible would that have been to give us another 50 players? So it could have been better, but it definitely could have been worse. So it's
Mhm.
kind of right there in the middle, and I'm good with that. And it's a fun mode. The issue that I had with this is I played 2 games, had to restart my app 3
Oh yeah,
times.
yeah.
They have to fix that. Like, that is unacceptable from a company this big that you
Mhm.
can't play a head-to-head game, a featured head-to-head game. You can't play it.
Mhm.
So I played 2, like I said, won both of them, restarted my app 3 times, and said, "Oh, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put myself through this because that, triples your time that you're spending doing this." So,
Exactly. Yeah. Good point.
Dwayne, how about you? Have you played any of these house rules? Do you like them?
I love the concept.
Yeah.
I feel like I a big dub for me is that if you're not a competitive head-to-head guy, you can still get some wins playing that game mode.
Oh, yeah.
And they made it count towards your season wins.
Yep.
So if you need trophies, like anybody that says I don't need trophies is full of shit. Because even if you don't want anything, you can still get coins for your trophies.
Oh yeah, there's great packs
so
in
you're
there
getting
too.
rewarded for your time spent.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna one up and say, does anybody want the heavyweights and the flashback? No, they don't. I mean, there's guys out there that do. Wes probably can find a few guys on his team. Wes's team's actually higher than it. I don't know how Wes's team is so fucking
Wes
high.
was voted the best team on screen last week, and Platt and I are still a little
Son
sour
of a
about that. We'll
bitch.
talk about that at the end of the show.
That being said, like
right, Tone?
that pack, if you don't want any of the cards that are in that set right now, that's totally fine. If you decide to play the house rules, you can leave that pack in your unopened pack section and don't fuck with it. Because there's a lot of players in there that when they do get a card, you're gonna go, fuck, I have that pack, I'm gonna open it. That's exactly what I'm doing with mine. Because down the road, those cards, you're gonna be like, shit. And I'll give you an example. These are power-up passes that I've used. I used an 81 on Mostert because he was like 30-something thousand coins that day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know who fucking Quinn is. I'll be honest with you. Right outside linebacker, maybe?
Robert Quinn.
Yeah.
Sure. He was expensive as shit. Quentin Nelson's 85. Scary Terry's 79 and Amos is 83. So those are low overalls. But when you talk about these heavyweights and flashbacks, that pack isn't going to be around in what, a month, 2 months, maybe? Can you get those cards in a couple months? Probably not. So just put it in your unopened spot. Down the road, you'll be like, God damn, I'm glad I have that. I don't know who the list is. I know there's some heavyweights in there right now that don't seem like they're expensive, but give it a month or 6 weeks, you're gonna be like, God damn, I'm glad I have that pack.
Yeah.
It's a dub.
Think about Lane Johnson. Think about his next.
Oh yeah.
The old linemen hold their value. They hold their value.
They love Lane Johnson in this game, so
they love him. If he doesn't get one Thanksgiving, he'll get one by Christmas.
Yeah.
And then the aspect too is like I've said this before, maybe the rewards aren't great, but at least it's something to do. You know, if you only get, I would play house rules no matter how stupid it is, just for the 130 trophies, because it's something fun, something unique. And I've said this before, that when house rules, this one is a really good one to practice your 20-yard plays. It's good to practice.
Yeah, good point.
You don't have to run the ball. It's probably not the best decision to run the ball, but man, you can practice. If you want to practice your pass defense, go play house rules. Everyone's passing. Go practice. This is a great time for you to try a new defense, a new, formation. I got to talk to you about that, Platt. Don't let me forget. I want to change my defense. There's different ways of looking at it because there's things you can do. Like you can't go into a head-to-head right now and practice new shit because you're going to start losing. You're going to get pissed off, and then you're going to end up playing the game and try to win anyway. House rules, like, okay, I can get shit on. The last thing I'll say about what Platt was saying, that blue screen shit. Yeah, I played yesterday. I had fun. I won my first game. I got in my second game. I was beating the guy by 12 points. I got a blue screen. I don't know what he fucking did, but I got DC'd. I had a blue screen. I reported to PlayStation, letting them know that I should have bought an Xbox because that's what I do when PlayStation fucking blue screens me. I got back on. I played another game. I was beating the guy by I think 8 points, and then he was on offense. He did something else. I got blue screen. I reminded PlayStation a second time that I should have bought a fucking Xbox. They need to fix that.
Mhm.
This is I can go back to when I was playing Quake 3 on my goddamn Dreamcast with dial-up internet, and I didn't have as many problems, and I had to restart the game as many times as I've had Madden. I have never had to restart a game in my life more than I have on Madden 21. That is unacceptable. Flat out, I don't care. I don't care what the excuse is. I don't care what the reason is. I have had to fucking restart this game more times than any other game in history. Fuck, if I add them all up, they still might be leading the pack on that. Unacceptable. And I've heard people say, well, it's not an issue on Xbox. I don't think this falls on PlayStation. Maybe it does. I don't know. But this shit's ridiculous. And for me, and I notice it especially when I'm streaming, because every time I do it, I lose chat. I'm gonna make a fucking emote just because I'm making an emote in my channel because I have to fucking restart so many times that I lose my channel. I'm fucking making an emote, Deekster.
Very, very good points. So, in the nature of keeping it time, I'll just say quickly that for me, the house rules, I find that they can be just as sweaty, if not sweatier, than House League. For sure. I could not stand the bigs and the littles during the Halloween promo. Most feared. I hated that. I would rather get a darning needle stuck in my eye. But I don't mind the tug of war. I like tug of war. That's an enjoyable one. They leave that in the system the whole time. I enjoy tug of war. And I think this time the 90 overall for 25 games is a fair deal. I like that a lot. So next up, let's talk about pack luck in the market. Swain.
Jesus Christ. I mean, we can go on for hours with this. I have pulled cards worth over 2 million, and I've sold them.
I've seen it in my own eyes. It's crazy what you pulled lately.
I've had some pack luck before where I've been like, man, this is crazy. There's no logical explanation for me to take credit for this, but I'm fucking taking credit for my pulls for Kookie's channel or Kookie's team.
Mm-hmm.
That was unheard of. I had never seen anything like that in my life.
Those bundles 3 nights ago, Swain, I'm pretty sure you pulled every decent card you possibly could pull right now in Madden. Every expensive card, every good card, you were pulling it.
It was. I remember getting upset when we'd pull an 85 or an 86 card.
Yeah.
And it was literally over like the all pro packs. It was unheard of. And then to transition to the next day when Ichabod donated for 2 bundles. But without going over all the cards that are on there, I made 3.7 million on 2 bundles.
Nice. Well done.
And I kept a few. I kept more than a few of the cards.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding when I say I probably made well over $4 million.
Yeah.
$4 million. 4 million coins on 2 bundles, $89 a pop. I have never in my life ever had luck like that. I'm so glad it was on stream.
Yeah, that is so neat.
Ichabod has gifted damn near almost every week. I'm glad he was there to see it. I had no intention of buying bundles. Shout out to Ichabod. Holy fuck, that was amazing. It sucks because of Twitch's music nonsense that I can't have that VOD for life because that was absolutely incredible. I've seen more people in the last week since Series 3 came out posting on Twitter, get a gold pulls, get a golds are back. It's crazy. I don't know what happened. I don't know what they did to the odds. I haven't seen everybody with that type of luck, but it's crazy to me that as bad as the market is, there's still so many cards that are valuable. It's inspiring to see that you can spend some coins on get a gold and make coins back.
Yeah, it's good to see too.
Yeah, I think the packs this year have been pretty good for EA standards. I think they've been pretty good. You know, I think they've really been favoring the money spenders this year, you know, compared to past Maddens where you could build a pretty competitive no money spent team. I have, you know, built very competitive no money spent teams in past Maddens. This year I can say with some exceptions. I mean, there are exceptions, guys. If you want to devote your entire life into, you know, pulling off minor investments, you know, you can make coins in Madden. But for somebody who plays this game, you know, after work, on the weekends. No money spent is not going to get you there this year. And that's coming from somebody who's been no money spent in the past.
Mhm.
This year, I barely spent anything. I mean, we're talking level packs and a couple of bundles. That's it. But I'm sitting pretty good this year. But from the packs that I've seen, I mean, that's absolutely the way to go. And I don't think that's a coincidence. I think they're purposefully driving people to
Mhm.
spend money on packs, because that's what's really going to hook you to this game.
Mhm.
It's the time that you spend, yes, but it's also the money that you spend. If you're spending money, you feel, connected to that team, financially, definitely, but you don't want to just piss it away, because you look at that and you're like, wow, I spent, $600 on this
Mhm.
team. I can't
Mhm.
just quit. So that's a way to just kind of keep you in their ecosystem, keep you coming back.
Absolutely.
But, the pack look was the original question. The pack look's just been unreal from what I've seen this year.
Yeah.
It's amazing to watch. That Kooky bundle was just, two of the best bundles I've ever seen. It was just every other pack was a high legend, either a full legend or a Ronnie Lott piece or Steve McNair. And, it's incredible to watch. So, Deke, how's your pack luck been this year?
I can't complain. I'm definitely trying to be a middle of the road spender, and I got to say that I've been very pleased. There's definitely a difference this year. I mean, just in the last week, I talked about the 91 or the 9 Jimmy Graham out of the Hail Mary pack, and then the Friday night stream, and we were talking about what card I like to get out of the to prove my team. One of the cards I said was, I'm getting Ricky Jackson tonight on stream. I'm gonna buy him, and we're gonna get him. I pulled him out of a 500 point elite pack, so that was pretty neat. So,
nice. Hell yeah.
So I got to say that it's definitely there, and get a golds are back, because like Swain alluded to, it's everywhere on Twitter. And yeah, I mean, post that stuff, put it out there. I mean, we love seeing that. We want to see success stories. So when you pull something to get a gold, we all want to see it. So it's there for sure. There's no question, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. But you're right. There's two things you're going to do, and we all know that. You're either going to spend money, or you're going to spend a hell of time, or both. But you're not getting away with it one or the other. There's no way to have a decent team, be competitive, one or the other. And they're both extremely valuable, time and money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so before we move into one of our favorite segments, Platinum Players, just a reminder of a couple of things from our faithful show host, Swain and Platt, and myself, Legend and Team of the Week solos, chat. And those listening at home and those watching on YouTube, don't forget that your Legend token is going to expire on Saturday morning. Don't get behind like your dumbass host is talking right now is by one. I missed one week, and now I'm going to wait a week longer for my freebie. You should have, what is it, boys? Right now, have 3 spots
15.
left? Yeah.
3 left, yeah.
Yeah. So get the one done before it expires on Saturday morning at 10:30 a.m. And the other one is your Team of the Week or your Team of the Year set. I am up to date on those. So make sure you do that solo, get that completed, and grab your token so you can cash in on your Team of the Year player at the end of the year. Sometime.
Especially that Team of the Week, because the Legend, the value on the Legend card, you could pull the Legend from that week, or you could pull a Merlin Olsen from 3 months ago. By the time we get this, the Team of the Year, you're getting a brand new card, and it's normally like
really fucking good.
Pack, you have an offensive player, defensive, and a special teams, and you're getting it the day that it comes out. So you can miss both of them, but you want to put the emphasis on the Team of the Week. The Legend card, all that's really going to do, it's going to crash the market. One, most people are just going to quick sell it for training. So to me, the value is definitely in the Team of the Week. Team of the Year program is
hot tits.
By far, for me, one of the best programs of the year, because it's
fucking great.
They don't fuck around with that. You're talking the best of the best players.
Yeah, they're bringing fire.
That makes it even better.
Yeah.
It's funny because the last 2 years I've been in Disneyland. Like, Team of the Week or Team of the Year reminds me of Disneyland. I'm going to be like super happy to be home for it and super fucking depressed. That being said, and I don't think you're going to need all 7 or 18 weeks of NFL Team of the Week to get team of the year. But I think they mentioned you can miss 2 or 3, but just
Yeah.
don't fucking miss
You'll
those.
probably need
Yeah.
like 15, 16. Yeah.
Don't miss those. Make sure you get those done.
Yeah, very good points. So, yeah, power passes is the next thing. We say it every week, and we can't say it enough because we know there's still going to be people who are going to lose them, and that can cost you a lot of coins and a lot of heartache. And that's what causes me to rant and stress out when I waste money looking for those. So write them down in Scribbler, on your phone, on your hand if you don't shower often, wherever you got to put it. But make sure you know. And we ran into a case last week where our guy Wes, and we hope you're out there, Wes, so listen, having a great night. We love you, sir. Wes, you know what? He wrote them down, but he wrote down the player's name, and that was it. Not what power pass. Now there is tools to find out what card you need. So that's not too bad. But write down where it is and what power pass, because you're going to need it. We're coming into the Blitz, as Swain and Platt mentioned. We're coming into the, what the hell is it? The Autumn Blast. That's the color of my dining room, I think. We're coming in the Autumn Blast program, and then Christmas. So we're going to be changing out past power-ups. And don't think you're not, because you are. And you want to get them right away to save yourself some heartache and some pain. So please write them down. Keep on writing them down. We're getting the big ones now, so that's for sure. Okay, so I jumped the gun, but we'll switch it out between Platt's Platinum players and our weekly goals. You go ahead first, Platt, and you give us some of your Platinum players that we're all waiting for with our pen and paper, our Scribbler and paper, Scribbler and pen.
All right. So this week, I've got some variations of the Platinum players. So I think the 3 best cards, that I've added, Jonathan Ogden, he's relatively affordable. I picked him up for $239.
Wow, that's good. That's really good.
And when you factor in, like, I had Lane Johnson before all the way powered up. So I sold my top piece, Lane Johnson, sold his 84, I think is what he had, and his power up. Total money spent, this past weekend to get Jonathan Ogden was right around 150K.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a right tackle that's going to be on my team until January, February. Probably.
Yes, sir.
So
yes, sir.
Very happy with that purchase.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely go pick him up. He's, fantastic. Run block high. I like the high run block. But he's also got high pass block stats too. So I think he'll be the best right tackle for a while.
And he's thick
now,
too.
Ronnie Lott, if you can afford Ronnie Lott, go get Ronnie Lott. If you can't afford Ronnie Lott, go do his legend power up solo, power him up to 91, whatever you can get him to, and he'll be great at that spot for you. There's not a ton of free safeties out there that have high speed, high zone, which is really what you're looking for in a free safety. He's got it all. He's got hit power. Hit power doesn't really mean as much this year, but it's good. I've got him powered all the way up right before his top card, and on my team, and that's a 49ers theme team, he's a 94 overall on that team.
And that's just powered up. That's not the end card.
That's not the full legend.
Wow.
That's just powered up to his highest point. 50 out of 59ers.
There you go.
Sprinter, 40
That's
out
crazy.
of 40. He's a 94 overall. So I believe on my team he'd be about a 97, 98.
Mm-hmm.
I wish Swain would have let me use his for just a minute, just for a second.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that in chat the night he pulled him. I saw that. I think it was seconds before you put in the chat. Give me that.
So Ronnie Lott, if you can afford him, he'll be fantastic. If you can't, that's a really good budget free safety for you, especially when you can take advantage of cheap training, because you're going to get it back if you ever sell. If you ever power that card down, you're getting half the training back. So Ronnie Lott, number 2. Number 3, I believe this is the best quarterback in the game, Steve McNair. 85 speed, hot route master, set feet lead, very affordable card. That's my 3rd guy this week. Go get him if you can afford him. There's not a lot of budget players that I can really recommend this week. Jerry Jeudy, he was close. He almost made the cut. Kind of fast, low overall wide receiver. But I feel like at this point, we've all got pretty good teams. I'm not going to recommend 84, 85 overall players. I may sneak one in there if one really jumps out, to me. But I'm going to be recommending guys that I feel like are the best, if not close to the best at their position going forward.
Nice. Well done.
I've never disagreed with Platinum on his Platinum players. I fucking hated Ronnie Lott. I can't even explain to you how fucking bad he played for me and my team and the way I play Madden. I was so excited to get that card. I am not a big spender for cards that aren't on Cowboys and Bears. I spent 700 and something thousand fucking coins for that guy, and he pissed me off every game I had him in my team. That being said, for a budget, like what Platt is explaining, like totally, I 100% agree with that. If you're going to power him up to that point, like he's probably great. Atwater played like Ronnie Lott. Ronnie Lott and Atwater do the same thing. They aren't super fast, but if somebody catches the ball near him and they hit him, the ball pops out. It's fucking great. Yeah. I picked up Micah Hyde, and it is like, it's an upgrade. My mindset is, if it's a non-Cowboy, non-Bear, and I pick him up, and especially for 700,000 fucking coins, it better be noticeably
that he's expensive.
Upgrade.
Yeah.
I was so disappointed in Ronnie Lott. If I had him on my team, Platt, I'd give him to you right. I'd give him to you right now. Mm-hmm. I was so pissed at how he played. The thing is, though, like, if you have a Niners theme team, you have to have him. So like Platt needs to get him for his team, like even if he's the worst card. Sometimes a card that comes out might not fit your scheme. I always get corners on my team. I'm like, how's his man? How's his zone? Most of the corners on my team sit in a zone and don't even hardly see the field. That's the funny thing. Most of my corners don't go out in coverage very often. They literally sit in a zone. I want high zone, cool named corners on my team. My safeties are very, very important to me. They're in a big fucking huge zone. They're in a deep zone. I need them to cover a third of the field, if not a half of the field. And Ronnie Lott just did not perform well.
Interesting.
And I remember going, I gotta fucking calm down. I gotta stop being a goddamn, diva out here, all pissed off. I just spent 700,000 coins on a goddamn card. He doesn't play well. 4 games in a row. Never again. If he has a fucking 99 card tomorrow, he is not going to be on my team. That being said, if you have a Niners theme team or you want to get the low budget, go all in. God damn, I was so upset at Lott. Hyde is your guy. Go get Hyde. And it's not because I'm a Bills fan, Platt. Hyde
or
is the
McCourty.
guy. Or McCourty. Not on my team.
Yeah, that's a good card. He's my backup, and he's a good card for real.
Fucking Pats. God damn. How did I end up in a goddamn chat with 2 Pats fans? I just realized this shit.
Let's get it. Okay, so thank you, Platt, for the Platinum Players and the input swing on that. So now, weekly goals from last week. So if you want, I'll briefly hit mine first. So we were quite offended, I'm going to be very honest, with a community legend who won't remain nameless. It was Tone. And he named Westman's team, which is a very good team. He's got a great team. I'm not arguing that fact. He called it the best team on the screen. And Platt and I both took it to heart, and we set out with a mission that we're going to change that. And what I did was I said I'm a 91 now. I'm going to be a 93 in a week. It was hefty. And son of a gun, if I didn't darn near get it, I'm a 92. My defense is 93, and I know my offense is missing that one card. But I'm being careful. I want to think, and I know where it is. It's a quarterback. I need to make the upgrade, and I got to do it soon. So I'm a 92.5 solid. So I'm happy with that. Jumping the weekend league, I mentioned that already. Chat 10 wins. That's fine. That's fine for me. 10 and out. Left 7 or 8 in the table. Didn't worry about those. And the other thing was my play, I said, is going to go from 54% to 55%. To up that 1% to get close to what Swain told me accountable for, 69%. And didn't move at all because of 2 things: grinding for solos, grinding for the levels, and weekend league. I had to divvy my time up at the Madden pie that way, so I didn't get any head-to-head played. So I failed there. But I'm pleased with my team at 92 right now. Probably going to be 93 by the time I go to bed in about an hour. Maybe tomorrow I'll do it, but definitely will be 93 and happy about that. So, Swain, did you have any mental goals? You weren't in the show last week, unfortunately. You were committed.
I had a goal of 16 wins on weekend league. I failed there. I don't remember what my coin total was, but I definitely fucking blew that out of the water. And I've had a goal of getting 93 overall. I'm that close.
Yeah, so we're sitting there. Yeah, gotcha. Do you know what your move's going to be to push you over? Do you see it in your head?
It's offense.
Yeah.
It's offense.
Yeah.
Guards. I need guards really bad. A center. Platt would be so proud. I'm all grown up. I have really fucking good receivers now. Does second tight end count for your overall? Because my second tight end
No,
is
No,
Does not.
no.
cock of pants. He's so bad.
No.
Blake Jarwin, the fucking Cowboys legend. Anyways, yeah, I hit all my goals except for weekend league, and trust me, that was I may have lost, but I won.
Platt?
You know, one thing we say this a lot, but it be your own dudes. You know, we're sitting here on the stream last week. You know, I'm not trying to parade my team out there as some gods.
We're not flexing.
You know, I'm waiting to find guys in my budget. I don't want to overspend for guys. You know, and then Tone just had to come out of nowhere and just stab me in the back and just talk about how the team would just wipe the floor with my team. So I took that personally. I did.
And then
I
we
was a
talked, and I don't want to
91
interrupt Platt, but we weren't angry. We were just hurt and confused. We were very hurt and confused.
Be your own dudes. But, you know, Deke said he was getting to a 93. I got to a 93.
Nice. Let's get it. Let's get it, Platt.
It's 93 overall. Picked up Darren Waller for my tight end. That's who I used my power up pass on for level 70.
Goddamn Niner themes.
Picked up Jonathan Ogden. You know, on defense, I feel like I went kind of ham on defense too. Picked up Ronnie Lott. Sam Mills is up to a 98 overall. You know, I even upgraded my punter and kicker. I didn't want to come on this show with anything less than a 93. So I'm putting the challenge out this week. I want to challenge Tone with this team.
I like it.
See who's better.
Versus Scribbler.
That's my goal this weekend. I'm going to challenge Tone to a
Yeah, we'll start with you, Platt, for this week's goal. So one of your goals is to challenge Tone?
Yeah. Not just challenge Tone. I mean, the challenge is out. I'm going to beat Tone this weekend. That's my goal.
This time next week on our show, you'll have a higher overall than he will? That's your challenge?
By this time next week, I will come on here as a defeater of Tone. That's
oh, head to head. Is that what you're saying? Head to head?
Yeah, head to. Now listen, I can't. You know, Tone's got a fantastic team. I would never want to challenge that man to having a better team. His team is better than mine, but I'm gonna beat him.
Okay, I like that.
Will Tone accept? I don't know.
Any other goals for this week coming up, Platt? Before we move on to swing.
I mean, I don't. I'm not saying Tone's going to pitch out, but I want him to accept his challenge.
Okay, there we go. Stay tuned for that one. For those listening at home on the podcast and YouTube and those in the chat, stay tuned.
My goal is the same as every week. I want to have Randy Moss by the next time we stream this. So, the team's not going to have any gigantic upgrades. I really don't see anybody coming out that I have to have.
Yeah.
Team's pretty solid. It's 50 out of 50 Niners. I'm proud of that. I had to work really hard and get, players moved around in the right spots to get there. I want to maintain this team, keep 50 out of 50 all year for Niners. So no real big goals. I'd like to get to 4 million if I could. We'll put that out there as a soft goal. But my number one goal is to take Tone down and head-to-head this weekend.
Okay. Mr. Swain, sir, this week's goals.
Yeah, this week's goals. First goal is Kookie and I doing commentary on that game. See that on somebody's stream.
Nice.
See who has a bird beak and an alligator tongue. As far as goals for this week, I'm gonna go with 93 overall. I don't know how I'm gonna attain that outside of grabbing a player or two I don't want from my team. I've been pretty stubborn all year about keeping Cowboys and Bears on my team, except for really important positions. Mm-hmm. It's gone well for me. Mm-hmm. I got to pick up Roquan. Most people are going to be like, Roquan sucks. I'm going to get a new defense that has I need to talk to Platt off stream about this, but I have some ideas on how to stop the run. So I want to change. I want to be a 93 overall. I want to have I might go on a spinning spree this week. I don't know why. I want to have at least 7 million coins in the bank.
Good call.
And I'm gonna shout out to my boy James P, who's back Feeling better. I'm gonna go 13 wins. I'm gonna get even if I'm 13-0. Let's not talk crazy. If I'm 13-0, I got to keep going. My goal is 13 wins. My goal is 13 wins.
Gotcha.
Unless I go like on a heater, because you can't stop on a heater. 13 is my goal.
You can do it.
I'll get 13 easily.
Those are hefty. I like them. So for me, I'm going to finish the job from last week, and I know it's going to take literally probably tomorrow evening I'll be done. That's going to a 93. I know where the move is. I'll make that move. I am happy. I didn't say when I reviewed my goals from last week that I made those improvements from 91 to 92.5 and still maintained at 4 million coins. So I'm going to try and get back to 5 mil for next week. Focus on getting some coin stack for the upcoming promos. And I'm going to probably say Weekend League no and work on going from 54, where I'm still at winning percentage. Let's go 56 for this week. Let's see if I can't move up 6 points from my year end last year, getting closer to that 69 giggity percent. So percentage, 5 million coins and 93 overall. And I'm looking forward to the game, the matchup. That sounds good. So we are well done with our time. Very good. So we want to, for those viewing at home, listening at home, and watching now and on YouTube, where can we find you, Swing, during the week if we want to pick up more of your stream and your thoughts on the Ultimate Team experience?
Twitch and Twitter, and it's both of them are Swain_games.
Nice.
I'm also doing a Madden. Sorry, my wife's doing one of those. What do you call that? A clay mask dick? I'm sorry, the timing was terrible. What was the question again? She flipped me off. I'm sorry. Yeah, Swain_games on Twitch and Twitter. Tomorrow night I have an EA stream. I planned on doing the EA stream because I was confident we were gonna have Thanksgiving drops, but that's where you can get.
For those at home listening on the podcast, we just lost Swain. He's out. Platt, where can we find you this week, my good man?
You can always find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Platinum Woods. You're going to find me this weekend going head-to-head with Tone.
Looking forward to that, sir.
It's going to be a good battle. Hopefully we can get some commentating from Kookie and Swain.
We need to hype it up.
The challenges, has been set out. Hopefully Tone accepts. I'm ready for that head-to-head challenge.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fantastic. It's a great challenge and a great goal. And to have Swain and Kookie involved in the commentary would be absolutely great. And maybe we can get a threesome and get Scott Cole involved too. We'll let Kookie handle that and get a hold of Scott Cole and see if he's available too, so we can do a three-way commentary. And for me, it's Deekster22 at Twitch TV, and on Twitter it's T Deekster, and on TikTok it's the original Deekster. So love to hear from you all, and then see you there in those accounts. Anything else, boys, before we close out?
I do have a couple quick things. Very important. Shout out to my boy Scott. If you do not have this turned on, especially you high coin guys, 2-step verification, you'd be amazed how valuable it can show up. You probably won't ever notice it, but man, if you don't have it, 2-step verification on everything. Trust me, it's worth it. I know it's a headache, but do it. Next week, we're probably going to be going over it. If we're not, I don't want this to turn into a long conversation, but Harvest Blast preparation.
That's not it.
Sorry, I need a breathing treat. God, what a terrible name. Harvest Blast.
It would be if that were the actual name.
The master is going to be Peter North.
Yeah.
The thing is if you have high expensive cards on your team, if there's a legend that you want on your team, if there's you want to go crazy with training or something like that, just keep in mind, anybody that you don't intend on keeping on your team right now, you should probably consider selling before the Harvest Blast preparation. If it's somebody you're going to keep on a team for a while, then you're fine. Other than that, just be cautious. That's all I have.
Appreciate it. Very good advice. Okay, thank you, everybody. Appreciate you very much listening and tuning in and watching episode 13 of the Ultimate Team Experience. Come back next Thursday night. We'll have all new topics, a new conversation, and new opinions. So for me, Deekster, appreciate you, love you, be safe, be kind. Platt?
Love you guys.
Swain,
Hell yeah.
take care. I'll have a great week. See you soon.
Peace.
Later.
All right, that was pretty good.
Good show.
Chat, sorry, there's a lot going on. A lot of you fuckers did that and made me laugh. Oh my shit! I was going to mention too. I was going to say for those who can't see this, can't see right now, but this is in. That Tone is not a punk bitch. He will play Platt.
Let's go. Let's get it, Tone.
Oh, yeah, that was good. I like that. So that's gonna be. So do we have any? You guys got to talk about time because we got to really push this. That's gonna be a good matchup.
Yeah, I mean, we used to try to plan for 30 minutes, and that's not enough. I think an hour is perfect. A little bit over is no big deal. You know what? I meant to say this during stream, though. If you want to try to ask chat if they have questions, this would be a good, like, practice run.
Yeah, so the thing is, for those who hung around, appreciate you all. What we were talking about doing is at the end, saving a few pocket minutes that you guys could ask some questions, and I'll keep an eye out towards the end of the show for ones that I think would be good for Swain, Platt, and myself to answer. So if you guys have anything now, we can give it a trial run to see how it goes.
Tone says, I want to see Swain level grind a farm account to 50. Fuck, dude. If I had the time, I would have 5 accounts.
When will this post? Lord Jumbo. This will post on Facebook, on YouTube tomorrow night, Wes said. He'll be getting home late tonight from work and will have no time to do it tonight, but he said he'll put it on by tomorrow night. So on YouTube tomorrow night and on Spotify too, I believe. I'd like to know your thoughts on no level 60 or 70 pack like we got for 50. That's a good question, Cactor. For Swain, myself, and Platt. For me, I think it's, as Swain would say, caca. We always get something, and we haven't. And I know that he backtracked on Madden. Good Morning Madden. I heard him backtrack. He said, chat, many of you said that I mentioned there was going to be a pack last time. I didn't say there would be. He said, I said there might be. And I'm like, okay, that's really backtracking. What's your thoughts, Swain and Platt, on the whole end game with no pack in the store for us on season 2 and season 3?
I think Kralo is right in the sense that he didn't say there would be.
Okay.
But you're also right that if he didn't know there would be, then why?
That's all I got. That's all I got, Platt. Right.
No reason to even bring it up.
If I did that in my job, I'm probably going home for a while.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to bring that up, and you should know as a, community, whatever his title is, he should know whether we get a pack at level 70 or not. I think it's weird not to give us a pack. They could give us a full legend for $15. Most people would probably buy that, even though it's not really that great of value. I'd say most people would probably buy that. I think they're so afraid of
transparency, Jimmy. Yeah,
fucking it up, or that it just crashes or does something to the market. Which I feel like anybody that's played on Madden knows those packs. They may mess with the market for 5 or 10, 15 minutes. Long term, it really has no effect on the market. So not getting a pack it's disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
I think
it is
bad preparation on EA's part. I think that they can.
I've always called it the end game. When you're done grinding, that was the end game. It might be an 89, 90 power up. It could be a legend card. I mean, season 1 last year, 89 legend was awesome. We all got Kenny Houston. We were happy for about 2 months. Swain, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's the ongoing thing. They don't communicate things the way they should. I don't understand the thought process but behind not having it, because they could have had a pack for a $20 to get a Series 2 Redux card.
Yeah.
And everybody would have bought it. They could have had the same fantasy pack for Series 1 of the Madden 50 cards. People would have bought it. I feel like it was just bad planning. It was kind of like oh fuck. The rewards for this last one, the quick sell cards, the platinum cards were crazy.
Yeah, these are great. These are great, right?
Fuck, I'm grinding my ass off over here. I'm level 65 now. I'm almost level 66. I don't think I get another platinum pack out of that, but it's crazy.
Mhm.
Like that was good aspect. Everything else is terrible.
Mhm.
I see some people saying in the chat like they don't want to pay for
I see
a
that too,
reward.
and that's fair
And
game.
I completely
That's
understand that, but let's line it up. Let's use level 70 as an example. Would you rather have a reward that you can pay for, or what we got, which was nothing? We got absolutely nothing outside of the normal power-up pass that we get at every level increase. We get the highest power-up pass they offer, but that's it. So would you rather have nothing, or would you rather have a pack that, even if you don't have to buy the pack, what I like to do is, if I'm not going to buy the pack, look at what's in the pack, go to the market, figure out what card you would like out of that pack, and just wait for it to drop. So to me, even if you're not going to buy the pack, there's still ways to take advantage of other people buying those packs, because it's going to lower the market, and it's going to lower individual cards that may not be at training value. But think about the Deion Sanders, the Ricky Jacksons, the Joe Montanas. Like, those are high overall cards. If they gave us a legend pack, some people will pull those cards and then just look to sell them. That's when you swoop in and just kind of cash in on that low market. So I'm all for those kind of packs. Whether I buy them or not is beside the point. I would rather have them in the store than not have them in the store, because there's ways that I can take advantage on the market if those are in packs. So I think it's a cop out. I think it's just lazy. I think they need to be better and give us better rewards for grinding.
Yeah, it's a long grind. We all know that. Another great question from JCL, and I'll start first with the answer. He wants to know what's a good defensive playbook, and I'm going to start first, and my answer is very brief because I'm struggling this year in defense. Last year, I struggled scoring, had no problem stopping. This year, I don't know what happened. Now I have no problem scoring, but I'm struggling stopping. I use 4-6 because of the options. That's the quick and dirty answer. I use the 4-6 playbook because of a lot of options. Platt and Swain, what's your guys' go-to? What's your playbook for defense?
46, and I
Okay.
don't think there's really much of a debate there. You've got big nickel, you've got 335, you've got dollar. You know, by all accounts, that's the best defenses that you can really pick right there.
So when you're in the 4-6, do you have your go-to formations, Platt?
So I use the 46 playbook. I don't actually use the 46 formation, though.
Okay.
So I use 335 normal and big nickel. And
Okay.
there might be other playbooks. Off the top of my head, I don't know what other playbooks have 335 normal and big nickel. But if another playbook has that, then go get that playbook. I know that 46 has it, so that's what I use. But I feel like between those two formations, it gives you the best of both worlds. If you want to get in 335, stack the box with man coverage safeties and just play man and user somebody, you can do that. If you want to get in big nickel and have 4 down linemen, I've seen a lot of competitive players kind of going towards that big nickel defense. So I would say 46 defense, but really it's any defensive playbook that gets big nickel and 335 normal, because I think those are the two best formations defensively in the game.
That's a good point. I'm liking nickel normal for sure.
I run 4-6 and I want to get rid of it because I just run 335, and I don't think they have a lot of the plays that I used to run that I'm really good at some of my old school plays I can make adjustments to. Like, I'm really comfortable with that. Like, it's crazy to me that I've literally been running 335 cover 2 for a very long time. Not this year, not last year, not the year before, not the year before. Like, I've always loved Tampa 2. Fuck me, I feel like back in 2005 I was running this shit. No joke. And because I'm so used to it, I kind of know where my players are going to be. I've been able to adjust. In years past, it seems like once some of the receivers are really good at going down the deep middle, it hurt me. But now I have so many sub linebackers, I can put them in a deep and user the middle. That's what I want to do with my new fancy schmancy Roquan Smith card. It's going to drop a ton tomorrow.
That's a big card. That's a nice card.
Cookie asked a good question.
Yeah, I have it written down here. Yeah.
Wide receivers. And would you recommend them over a deep threat based on route technician?
That's a good question.
Would I recommend a route running receiver over a deep threat? Yes, except for Scary Terry. Scary Terry is the exception to the rule because he's so much better than everybody else. Once we get a route running wide receiver that is just as good as a deep threat, I'll absolutely say the route running, because route tech is cheaper with a route running wide receiver. I believe the best route running wide receivers, Julio Jones is a route running archetype. He's expensive though. His 50 card's expensive, his 89's expensive. Everything about Julio Jones is very expensive. But I believe he's right there close to Scary Terry and the other wide receivers because he gets route tech at a pretty reasonable AP. The other one is Stephon Diggs. He is, I think, 91 speed base, so maybe 92 speed powered up. But he's another route running wide receiver. So I would say those two guys. Off the top of my head, I can't think of another route running wide receiver that I would recommend. You know,
Cooper.
Scary Terry's a deep threat. Steve Smith, he's either a deep threat or a physical. I can't remember, but I would recommend him. Outside of that, Julio Jones, Stephon Diggs. You know, those are the guys right now. But definitely keep an eye on the next great route running wide receiver because he'll kind of set the new bar at that point.
Good answer.
Cooper's hard to say. Cooper's played really well for me, but he's also
Cooper's good. He's a little slow at this point.
That's probably where as a theme team, like I noticed a huge difference. It's funny. I've played two guys that had what's the tall son bitch's name? I can't think of his name now. Carmichael. I've had two people that I played against, and it wasn't in weekend league, it was in head to head, that were mossing me with them really bad. Like I was going, what the fuck's going on? And both times I looked to see what abilities, they had nothing on him. So it's really weird. He just, because he's so goddamn big. And I feel like that's kind of how Moss is going to be. I have him set up here. I mean, he's 6'8". That is not a small man. I mean, you want to know what a golden ticket card is going to look like. You're looking at it. Carmichael doesn't get a golden ticket. Like, how does he not? Right. He's 6'8". But just having him on the team. I mean, I know it's a theme team, but he's a 94 speed, 94 excel, 94 word. You can go down the list and shit. I don't know what it was. And I was looking at the other day. I'm like, is it spec catches 93? But that's not very high. I mean, it's great, but it's not like he's 10 above everybody else. It was really, really weird. I could not figure out what was going on with it.
I like that. I think it's something that we definitely could look at. We'll talk a bit more, maybe the last 10 minutes. 15, take a numerical value. Take 3 questions. We'll now take 3 questions from the chat, and we'll look and we'll pick them and you guys answer them and we can talk a bit more, but I think it'll go over pretty good.
But the other funny thing too, I totally forgot to bring up on stream was I was going to tell people about Coach Madden because I finally got
good
Coach
question,
Madden
Coxter.
complete, and I got it done in like 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably realistically like 3 hours of gameplay. But yeah, I got Coach Madden completely done already, and I'm at 242 trophies.
Nice.
I'll probably have the next Madden whenever Series 4 drops. Like literally as soon as it comes out, I'll be done.
Yeah. The caster talks about this is the ongoing chicken and the egg. If you ask me, it's a big argument. Sprinter versus brawler versus shaker.
I mean, I run Sprinter.
Mm-hmm. Me too right now.
At the end of the day, as long as you're increasing your speed, I think speed over everything, especially if you can max it out. Now, if you can't max it out, Shaker's definitely the move. As we start getting higher overall guys where you don't need +2 speed to get them, basically to 99 is where you want to get. Shaker's going to be great because you don't get penalized as much. But for me, I feel like Sprinter is the best. If you want to run Brawler, you're still getting the +2 speed, and you're also adding some strength. At least you're not losing strength. But I don't put Sprinter on my offensive lineman. I feel like most of the time that just hurts me.
Yeah.
I've seen some linemen actually go down in overall when I put it on them. So I just keep Sprinter on skill positions, quarterbacks, linebackers, DBs, and safeties, basically.
It does make a difference, for real.
Roy McCracken asked a question about quarterbacks. He asked, what archetype quarterback are we using and why? I do not see myself coming off of field general this year. And I say that because, a strong arm or, improviser, somebody that can get
ACL, no problem, sir.
is great. Gunslinger is, I would say, the second best quarterback ability. I think if you really understand Madden, if you understand the concepts and know how to manipulate defenses, Hot Route Master is a must. If you rely on escape artist, then that's going to be your play style. Like if you like to roll out, if you like to throw on the run, if that's kind of your play style, then Hot Route Master is not really going to be for you. But for me, it's always something that I've recommended. I think the best quarterback in the game will be somebody who gets Hot Route Master and Gunslinger. I think once somebody gets that and maybe throw in Escape Artist, like it's going to be game over. Like that will be absolutely the best card in the game. So I like Field General. I'm rocking Joe Montana on my Niners team. He's fantastic. I really don't see myself leaving that quarterback. If we get a Colin Kaepernick and he's somehow better than that Montana, I doubt he'll be a field general, so he still won't get Hot Route Master. But I love Hot Route Master. I love being able to corner route anybody, post anybody, throw the angle route from the running back, and it really saves your entire offense at APs because you don't have to put any of that on your wide receiver, tight end, running back as far as the route running abilities. So I love having the Hot Route Master, especially on somebody as fast as Montana. They really did him good with speed this year. I think he was around like 81 speed. So it's, that's
cool.
what I'm using. DQ, you're running Lamar?
I'm running Lamar. I mean, it's not the Lamar that we ended up with last year, the gold ticket, who you just summed up, Platt. He had Hot Route Master, he had Escape Artist, and he had Gunslinger. So he had all three of those in his gold ticket last year, which was great. But I got to scramble, and they spoiled him getting him that much speed. Now I'll never find a quarterback out there with that kind of speed. And so I got to suck that up and just take what I get. And Rafe. Rafe, you're going to run Tony Romo here in 2 weeks. So what are you talking about? You're going to have Tony Romo at the helm of your team. So we'll see how that works out. Anyways, chat and my guy Swain and Platt, it's 11:30 on school night. I got to wind down for an hour, so we're going to call it. I'd like to jump over, if you don't mind, and raid our guy Ginger Ninja, who supports a lot of us in the community. He's doing Madden 21 right now with 3 viewers, so we're going to bless him. Appreciate you all. Platt, thank you so much, my guy. I thought it was a good show tonight. Swain, thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. I thought it was a lot of fun. And we'll talk more about next week, same time, chat, roughly, right? Next week, 9 p.m. Eastern?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and don't forget, the one thing I will leave with, don't forget, guys, we would really like to have a special Thanksgiving stream.
Like that.
So
I like that.
Actually, I'm thinking that Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, is when we'll do that show, which is crazy. It's less than 2 weeks away.
It's nuts.
But if you have
it's really neat.
a camera, that's really neat. Swain's laughing at me in the other room. If you have a camera and you have a Discord, we'd like to have my preference. I want it to look like the fucking Brady Bunch intro in here. I'd like to have 8-10 people all boxed up in here and have a good old time. So if you're interested in that, please DM me and we will get it set up. Probably see a kooky.
Oh, you didn't mean Tom Brady. Oh,
Jimmy
okay.
Jim,
I thought you meant Tom Brady.
Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Outside of that, you guys have a good evening. Probably see a lot of you tomorrow for the drop streams with no content.
Yeah, for sure. Swain, Madden Live tomorrow.